I want your opinion, but Mama won't let me go over there.
Why not?
I can't swim.
You can't what?
I can't swim.
How old are you?
6.
Hello, welcome to the show. We
You
have a
want
guest
to learn
with
how
us
to
again
swim?
today.
You get your butt in the water.
Gotta love John Wayne. All right. We got quite a bit of a show here today. So today we have the illustrious Koolfrogg with us once again today. Hello, man. How's it going?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. Just
Right on.
getting ready for it
thank
to
you so much for coming.
getting ready for it to kick off. I got my new computer in today, and we're all happy. It's gonna run smooth tonight.
Excellent. Yeah, we're just kind of chilling here before Frogman's show. Let's get started, shall we? First up, we got Bill Maher totally just obliterating the Koof narrative, which I'm all for. Like, I used to watch a lot of Bill Maher back in the day. Like, I thought he was based in certain areas, but kind of.
Yeah, I mean, some nights he was funner to watch than the others that were, doing the same thing around the same time.
Oh, you caught him on TV? See, I more caught him on like the YouTube side of things. Just clips and stuff.
No, yeah, I caught a lot of his TV stuff or whatever. So, it was an interesting. He always had something interesting to talk about. With somebody, no matter who it was, he'd still go off and talk about whatever he wanted to talk about, as opposed to, asking the guests about what they want to do. Whatever.
Yeah. There was this one time in particular I remember that's just standoutish for Bill Maher. He had Milo Yiannopoulos on the show, and he told him to like shut the fuck up. Like, and everybody else told Milo to shut the fuck up. It was pretty brilliant. I'm gonna see if I can find it quick. Let's go like that. Okay, the heck with that. That'll be a clip for another day. For now, let's just get on with this guy.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Freaking love Meme the Left. If you guys haven't subbed to Meme the Left, definitely do that. This is a great channel. They just funny as hell.
You gotta make sure you ring that bell and click all on it so that way you get all of them. They're funny.
I should do that.
Yeah, you should do that.
Frogman.
You
should do that for this channel too, by the way.
That's how simple and easy it is to do that for all of us. Every single person that's out there, as long as everybody can sub to everybody, it's as simple as it is already. I mean, help each other out, lift each other up, and watch each other. Watch us all expand and get.
Even if it's for like a week trial, just give us a try, right?
I went back and tried watching a little bit of what we had done the other night, and oh my lord, I'm like, I was horrible. I was not on the spot. I was not ready for anything. And I'm just like, I got myself lost in the conversation. It was just too much.
It happens, man. Or like you're off somewhere else thinking of something for the show when the show's happening.
You really have to be on the spot if you want to actually do something. And these guys, they know how to do things that are cool and fun. Absolutely, just should play it again.
Oh yeah, bet. This is
Tactical nuke incoming!
Excellent. All right, let's give Bill Maher a little voice here.
It's time to do what a growing list of countries have done and announced we're going back to something more like normal. beginning with recognizing that what we're doing to kids.
Yeah. see, normalcy is what they've been pushing, right? Like, oh, we're gonna get back to normal eventually, but it's like they're just trying to push us further and further away. In reality, I love. See, Meme the Left is just so freaking clever. Look at that, yeah.
Is unnecessary and horrible, and I don't even like kids. But making kids who have a COVID survivability rate of 99.98% mask up like bandits, unfortunately, the thing that's getting stolen is their education, their sanity, and their social skills.
No doubt in my mind. There's been studies.
I'm glad somebody on the
might talk about
mainstream is actually waking up and actually saying something positive about, doing something that, should have never. Putting masks on your children is disgusting. If you're that
it
afraid,
is stunting them.
Stay home.
It is stunting these kids. They can't
afraid,
read facial expressions, bro.
Home.
Like, it's bad.
Otherwise, everybody else is going to go back to living life the way it should be, with proper, and not be. No, this is gross and ridiculous, and I'm so glad that somebody finally woke up. Thank you, Bill Maher.
Right? Like, it takes a Bill Maher sometimes to really get in there with people.
Because he's got a view.
This guy has always kind of been based, though, right? Like I kind of said in the beginning, he's kind of always been with it, but still following the other narrative.
Okay, hit play.
Yeah, I could do that. Nice.
A study this week from a professor at Johns Hopkins concluded that the lockdowns we all suffered through had little impact in reducing COVID deaths. Okay, that's kind of a big one to get wrong. Last July, President Biden said, "You're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations." Well, I already knew that was wrong then, and now we all do.
Oh, shit.
Really?
Holy
You don't
shit.
say.
Way to be freaking 3 or 4 months behind the curve, Mar. 2 weeks to spread the curve, or to what is it? 2 weeks to calm the spread. Is that what it was?
2 weeks to change the conspiracy theory into the truth?
No, that's like 3 months or something. Oh gosh, this makes me happy, but it pisses me off at the same time, because he's not going to go deep end. He never does.
The former director of the CDC, Robert Redfield, believes COVID originated in a lab, and now our intelligence agencies agree it might have. But for months on social media, it was banned to even discuss it.
It's still banned to discuss this. We have to dance around this shit. Like, we can't come on here and be talking like you, Bill Maher. Whatever you say, all of a sudden everybody else can say, right? Wrong.
Right.
Absolutely not. You have immunities.
Well, why not?
Let's ask Susan.
Look, I'm not saying the medical establishment isn't trying to figure shit out or that they're corrupt, although there is some of that.
It's
just
top down, buddy.
Just a pinch off the top, or just
more like the top of the iceberg. Christ.
I'm just asking, how much wrong do you get to be while still holding the default setting for people who represent the
Dr.
science?
Fauci, 120%.
Right? It is their truth. It is their truth. You got a funny Superman.
Hey, you know something? You're a real pain in the neck.
He's playing to his demographic on that one.
Oh, no doubt. He goes live sometimes. Actually, he's pretty dope. Love this guy. I hope he's chill about me using his clips. I liked it.
Yeah, Bill Maher.
I gave it a. All right. Oh no, I was talking about meme the left. Bill Maher needs to wake up more. Like he's getting there, and I appreciate the hell out of that.
That's what I'm saying. Yay, Bill Maher. I mean,
It's too big. It's too big. All right.
Absolutely. Check out me on the left. But possibly
No
in the
doubt.
description down below.
Yeah, I'll try to remember to put them in there this time. I usually am really bad about putting the articles and shit in the description, but I'll work harder on that, you guys. I'll do better.
I'm working on tonight's show.
If I get some more viewers, maybe I'll take the time to actually do that, because right now, like, you guys can really look up these topics and find them. It's not hard.
What you got going on?
Okay, so we have police making arrests and seizing fuel from the truckers.
Police making arrests and seizing fuel from truckers.
Yes, sir. Fuel and vehicles, actually. This one, I don't know if this one talks about fuel, but they seized a bunch of fuel from the truckers.
From the Washington Post.
Yes, the Washington Post says Canadian police make arrests, seize vehicles in Ottawa Freedom Convoy protest. Just call it the truckening. It says Canada's capital is long used to hosting protests, but the self-described Freedom Convoy has been an unusual and intimidating presence in Ottawa. Oh, really? You know, not like the homelessness and all the other crazy drug addicts and crazy crime rates that you guys have. But this is bad? Come on. Since it rolled up nearly a dozen days ago, with its snowballing list of grievances from opposition to vaccine mandates and lockdowns to apathy towards recent re-elected Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Oh, is that sad, Frogman? They got antipathy. What's antipathy? Antipathy. Let me look.
So, I mean, it would be
We
that the
shouldn't be using
opposite.
words if we don't know what they mean. A deep-seated feeling of dislike, aversion. Ooh, I like it. Antipathy. Yes, I antipathize with Justin Trudeau. Where the frick is my article? Here we go. I'm still getting used to this streaming setup. Does the Stream Deck make it easier at all?
I just got my computer back, and I have to actually put that back in, and yes, it does. It makes certain things. The Stream Deck is really actually, it's like a folder of folders, and you can have certain things at access points or whatever, and you just hit this series of buttons, and you're playing the video like you like to play the most. It's the sound.
So it's like it's like a soundboard.
Yeah, you can put your laugh track on one of them, whatever, and you can play with it. It's fun. It's fun. It works with several different styles of OBS.
Well, let's continue.
Others.
Big rigs and other vehicles continue to block crucial downtown arteries. What do they call it that? Snarling traffic, blaring their horns, fraying residents' nerves. Oh no, they honking at you. So they actually, this will bring us into an article that I also have. They made it basically illegal for them to honk. If they honk, they get fined now. The protest.
And that's exactly what the protest is. Was that your Discord, or is that mine?
That was our Discord. Союзный режим из Республик Свободный. Let me talk to Grimu real quick. Hey, Grim, I'm just doing a show. I'm going to hop off Discord quick. Okay.
Let's see. You should have told him
Back
bring
to the
yourself in
article.
here.
He usually doesn't join, but that's cool. He's got his stuff going on. The protest has forced several businesses to close because of safety concerns. Well, you know what? I guarantee if you would have stayed open, you would have had hella business. So you're fucking up so bad right there. National monuments are now fenced off after protesters desecrated them. Really? Really? What monuments? I'm freaking curious. Are you going to show them? No? Then it couldn't have been that bad. They were probably hanging on them. In a surreal scene, a man on horseback traveled down a road in front of Parliament over the weekend, waving a Trump 2024 flag. What's bad about that? There were like 100 horse riders there. They were just having fun.
You know, Trump might not be the best answer for 2024. We're not quite ready for all that quite yet. We need to get through these 2022 midterms. And
if he stops pushing,
watch what happens there.
Stuff, I'll be happy to support
see
him.
See who's the best president. I mean, don't just because he was the radical one that wanted to change the way things were to make them better for everybody. And move away from this dictator that we're looking at here. And just kind of you really think about it. You really do. You need to think about it. And maybe there is somebody else that's a little bit more strategic that's going to actually save us from these brings of war Biden is trying to bring us into, because pretty much that's what he's doing. I mean, ordering.
Certainly won't be a Democrat that's going to deliver us from war, right? Like, it's going to be a big dick Republican, or maybe even like one of these smaller parties is gonna get their chance finally. It's not going to be a Democrat, because every time a Democrat's in office, we got a war. It's a pattern that needs to be noticed.
And really, that independent, with a really strong, heavy voice, somebody that would actually be able to talk to and get the audience to understand that their patronage, whatever's following them, because they're like, oh, listen to what this person's saying. Hey, if they got the voice and they got the know-how how to actually do it, let's do it. I'm all game.
And people flock to them, like tell everyone we're on the same side. We're fighting for the same things, because we are. Like, right. People have different beliefs. That doesn't need to force you into a different frame of political belief.
Ideological line. You got to, you can't be on the right. Oh, you can't be on the left. Oh, well, fine. If we can't be here and we can't be there, everybody be right here, right in the center, neutral. Everybody gets along, and you figure out what and how to, do it. And certain mandates and whateverness that they're actually throwing at us, and they're trying to, the propaganda that they're using to keep you from listening to what you need to be listening to, because there's an awful lot that's going on that you aren't listening to. You're just listening to what the boob tubes.
Back to the article here. The Washington Post goes on to say, Ottawa Police Chief Peter Sloly has called it a siege. That phrasing sound familiar? Is that surprising to you at all?
So, I mean, right. I mean, so basically what it is, I mean, if you think about it, this is all these quote unquote truckers. What's moving your goods across the nation to distribute them?
Oh, it's farmers too.
People.
Check this out. Look at all these
No,
tractors.
right, exactly. All the tractors, all the it's turned into a more of a, as opposed to just a truckers rally, a workers rally. You know, so it's like anybody that's doing hard labor, they're like, no, hey, we have a word too, and we're sick of it. We're sick of it just as much as you know whatever you call waking up. Much that you're waking up is just that you actually maybe heard your friend say, he just say something that was a little different. Just all it takes is just a little bit that makes you actually think for yourself, just a little bit, and you'll actually listen to be like, oh, whoa. I think I need to look into a couple of other things a little bit deeper and actually figure it out and find out what's actually happening. Do you have any other topics you were going to go after today?
Yeah, we're still gonna talk about the trucks.
You let that play.
If
What
you
was?
got it, a truck brought it to you.
Yeah.
If you got your food, your
Absolutely.
clothing, your medicine, if you got fuel for your homes, fuel for your industries, a truck brought it to you.
Absolutely, gotta love me, Jimmy
You go-
Hoffa here.
You go IMDb Al Pacino and anything that he's done, and you just be like, that guy knows how to do something. He's good.
He's choice, man, just choice. All right,
He's one of
the article goes on to say Ontario Premier Doug Ford cast it as an occupation. So a siege by Peter Slowly, the Ottawa police chief, and the Ontario Premier, an occupation. It's very eerily similar to Jan 6.
Oh yeah, right. Pretty much trying to say, oh, you did this. It's against the law for you to do this. Well, no, it's not. It's not against the law for you to do this. It's never been against the law for anyone to do this. And
they're doing the same shitty tactics they did with the frickin'
it's about time
the Jan 6 thing. It's like
civilians-
they're bringing in Schwarzstickas to try to frame it as awful for these guys. It's just not working. These guys are these guys are the police that are trying to ruin everything. But these guys in here, they are absolute beasts. They're not in any way concerned with anything Nazi-like or any shit like that. Don't put that on them. It's not working.
No, calling names is never fun, and it usually starts on the left. They're the ones that usually do the name calling and pointing of the fingers and saying, "Oh, it's this person. Oh, it's that person," and pointing fingers anywhere is not anything that needs to happen ever. Because you point your fingers and then it just causes other people to point their fingers. And
Absolutely. He did this, you did that, well, you did this. It's like, why not tell people what you have done wrong?
Right.
Huh?
Tell them the truth. Tell them the truth. Go back and read a book about, where democracy comes and starts and what democracy actually really to a constitutional republic. When you actually look at the difference, you really find out, what the United States of America was built for.
All right. So this bitch goes on to say here, over at the Washington Post, the convoy, which has attracted the attention of combatants in the U.S. Combatants. Oh, listen to that framing. Washington Post. Are you fucking serious? Really?
Well, this is Washington. That's the first time I said, "Oh, it's a Washington Post," and Washington Post will really frame it that way.
Oh, just wait until the next one. I got pulled up. Mashable freaking did it good here. Anyway, it says the convoy, which has attracted the attention of combatants in the U.S. Culture wars. Oh, I see. That's the framing. Combatants in the U.S. culture wars. Yeah, we're making memes about you, and it's freaking excellent. You're a bunch of dried up pussies that we need to meme. And drawn the support from President Donald Trump and Elon Musk is spurring solidarity demonstrations elsewhere in Canada and inspiring similar protests in Europe from Europe to Australia. It's coming to the U.S. too, bitches. Get ready. Get ready. The honkining's coming, and it's going to be loud. As it drags on, questions are mounting about what critics say has been the insufficient response of authorities and what comes next. What were you saying, Frogman? I just wanted to finish that little.
No, I was just commenting. You can continue.
Okay. It's so unprecedented that as we watched it, it's so unprecedented that as we watched it, and as the police and government watched it approaching, they could not recognize it for what it was. Said Michael Kempa. So I'm going to try that again because that was just trash.
A criminologist out of Ottawa?
Yeah. So he said, it's so unprecedented that as we watched it and as the police and government watched it approaching, they could not recognize it for what it was. Said Michael Kempa, a criminologist at the Ottawa University. It was figuratively outside our conceptual frame for what was possible for the city of Ottawa or a protest in Canada. Really? I mean, yeah, you ain't never seen energy like this because all your little bitches have been setting fires and breaking into shoe stores. This is a proper protest. This is how you do it. You do it peacefully and you do it very loudly.
They paid their people to do it. That's the thing.
We wouldn't have had a problem with it if Antifa was just being loud. We wouldn't have had a single problem. Well, I mean, sure, some people would have been like, yeah, they're causing noise. Well, they're bitches. They're bitching.
Well, Obama allowing the declaration of BLM to occur, that's what started all this. That's what started.
And supporting it besides. That he gave them the go-ahead.
Ignited something that was actually calmed and everybody was pretty much happy with. We all got along with each other. And it goes back a little bit further than that, obviously, with the slamming into the towers, and with all of it's kind of intertwined and balled together in
I think what the kids really want to know is, did Bush do 9/11?
Oh, did yeah.
I mean, the guys that piloted the planes were trained
I'll save my personal
Minnesota.
stories for conspiracy theory night, where I go off on
well,
my.
I just spit a straight fact there. That wasn't no conspiracy theory. The pilots for 9/11 were trained right here in Minnesota. I've driven past the place where they were trained.
Yeah, these are the people that were recorded supposedly to be on airplanes crashing into towers.
Oh, my mic just fell. I need a moment. Distract them, Frogman. They'll get me.
One of them supposedly screwed up and disappeared into the side of the Pentagon.
Idiot. Should have stayed
Because
in the fucking
the
lane.
third plane was supposed to help, supposedly help. If they say if it wouldn't have crashed it, and he would have actually made it target like he was supposed to, it would have reverberation on the second tower is what they're assuming that it was aimed for because of the subordinates would take it out faster, causing other buildings to also collapse that were rigged to but didn't collapse because they didn't actually release that information.
Rip. Well, breaking news. All right, so police have now begun trying to choke off the supply lines of food, fuel, and other goods that have sustained protesters. Ottawa Mayor Jim Watson declared a state of emergency on Sunday, saying authorities were losing the battle against groups that were calling the shots. I mean, they are calling the shots. They have your balls, Canada. They've got your food. They got your home appliances. They got your furniture. They got your coffee. They got everything, bitch. And if these people aren't bringing it, who is?
So I mean,
yes, the federal. Oh yeah.
I mean, we can go all the way back into to the thoughts of World War II or whatever, and the implications of what were happening and what is still possibly happening.
Oh, these guys are the new Nazis. These aren't good police officers.
They're not new Nazis.
They're oath breakers.
So some of these guys, like the one of the Georges out in the world, he goes and he's Nazi, or I'm sorry, using those wrong words.
Fuck it, bro. I don't care on here.
He's been there for a while. Those gentlemen. There's a guy named George that funds lots of people and lots of things, and he's been around.
Oh, George Sowers.
He's so old, and he's doesn't have much time left before
he dies, and everyone will clap.
Just like anybody else, he actually passes away, and we'll all be sadly
overjoyed.
Excited.
It will be happy fun time, like he described the Nazis.
It'd be like
houses,
it'd
giving
be like,
up friends.
It'd be one of those. It'd be like, oh, really?
Ask George Soros about what he did with the Nazis. Go ahead, he'll tell you.
There's going to be a couple of them that are going to be very interesting when they happen. When those dominoes start to collapse, those ones that are.
That ain't gonna collapse. They got people that are right there to take their place.
Well, not if certain things that happened, and they didn't think about it.
Oh, they got 50, 60 underlings just chomping at the bit to get what they got.
We went into this the other night. China's worked, with Russia right now to, bolster that front, to, help aid with, the conquer of Ukraine, because, Russia taking the Ukraine is going to be a big one.
China's got their fingers in so many pies, man. Like,
what this stuff
they
that
got
you're
us,
looking
they got
at,
us by the balls,
right? This stuff that you're looking at here off the Washington Post with their, leftist attitude that they have on everything.
Yeah, this is Chinese.
It's all, they're looking at what it actually is. It's a movement.
That's why we got to sit here busting it apart,
saying, "Hey, we're the ones that actually have something to do with how this is working. We have some say on what you're doing, and forcing us to do is wrong. It's just wrong. Stop it. Quit pushing tyranny. Pushing tyranny is just horrible."
So back to the Washington Post here. Jim Watson, the mayor of Ottawa, has asked the federal and provincial governments for more than 1,800 officers. 1,800 officers they're going to send in after these protesters, actual protesters, demonstrators even. Goes on to say, police said Sunday that they have had fully cleared a fence off downtown park near. Are you kidding me? they moved a fence near City Hall where protesters had erected a wooden structure that functioned as a kitchen. They also had seized fuel, including a full tanker of gas from well-stocked logistics hub and parking lot of the baseball stadium. A full tanker.
Well, they're truck drivers.
Video shared to social media showed protesters chanting "shame" at the officers, as they should.
They say
Shame.
I got a rig. I just need a tanker. You know, set me up with the
How much?
tanker.
How much do you think it costs in Canada to fill up a tanker of gas? And they just
I,
seized it.
I bet it's enough. For a little while, depending on what it is. They could use it to bolster their own pockets, obviously, because anybody make
Article
more
goes
money.
on to say that we are slowly beginning to turn up the heat every way possible, or every way we possibly can, slowly said Monday. He also said that he needed far more resources to bring the unlawful blockade to an end, and that officers are working with no days off. Well, you know what? They should really have no days on, you fucktard. Ottawa police said that they have launched 60 criminal investigations, issued hundreds of tickets, towed vehicles, made at least 20 arrests since Friday. They warned that anyone found to be supplying trucks with fuel could face charges. Local media on Monday still documented people carrying cans of fuel to blockading vehicles. Attaboys. That's freaking excellent. They should be carrying them cans. Every time we knock something down, there are attempts for it to pop back up. Yeah, it's the Streisand effect. And it's going to be stronger each time it pops back up. In 4 or 5 locations, slowly said. Canada Unity, one of the main groups behind the protest, had tried in the past to launch such a convoy. The imposition last month of U.S. and Canada rules requiring cross-border truckers to be fully vaccinated, to be fully jabbed up, and I'm really thinking of just nixing that, man, and just
To
going
be
with it, because
injected
the
with a
article
series
said
of
it. Like the Washington
medications that are
Post said
necessary
it.
for you to live.
I am just repeating what the Washington Post said. So if you have problems, grievances, then ask them to take down their article. Don't fuck with my video.
Right. See, your doctor do what's best for you.
Yeah, we aren't doctors, by the way. I mean, obviously. Okay, so anyway, it said basically this mandate had said that you must be jabbed up in order to cross the border. The demonstrations are a mix of people opposed to the jabs and public health measures, anti-jab activists, conspiracy theorists, far-right extremists, and anti-government activists. Bro.
Well, when you actually paragraph or whatever, the last sentence of it, where it says far right extremists and anti-government activists. Well, not everyone's an extremist. Some of them are just interested in keeping their right to not have to go by what the government says. And anti-government.
A lot of these people aren't political. Like,
Sorry,
they just want to do
not
their
up to
job.
The government who runs the government. It's up to the people on who runs.
Listen, these people want to do their job, and if they have to be jabbed up all the way in order to go across that border, it's not going to happen. That's why they're doing this. Most of these people aren't even political. They're just truckers that you pissed off.
They're just stupid. Less government, less people that are appointed to do more. Less things, because they don't need to tell us how to live. It's not up to them. It's up to you and me. Choose how we feel.
More and more, it seems the other way. They're trying to tell us how to live.
Right.
They're trying to run our lives in every aspect. Canada Unity has been seeking signatures on a memorandum of understanding, asking the Governor General, who represents Queen Elizabeth II in Canada, and the Senate to rescind public health measures or dissolve the government. actions that would lie well outside their constitutional powers. So they got this memorandum of understanding, and I guess they're just trying to give it to the wrong person. Who are they supposed to give it to? The Queen? Do they got to go all the way to frickin' Britain? Is that what they're saying here? Like, who do these people have to get through to? In their own country.
They shouldn't have to get through to anybody. You know, anybody that stands there and forces another person to do something against their own will, it should be against the law.
Well, I know the morals of it,
That's
but
my
the
thought.
actual practice of it is what's concerning me.
They can go and talk to one person. They can talk to 10 people. To me, it's the same.
The article from the Washington Post goes on to say it's a moment. What's up?
Just straight up tyranny.
Straight up. Oh yeah, tyranny. Yeah.
Tyranny.
100%.
Tyranny.
Tyranny. That's street tyranny. It goes on to say it's a moment of mating. It's a moment of maturing of populist sentiment in Canada, said Amarnath Amarasingam.
Did you read this before we went live on this?
Hell no. I know the general situation. I'm learning it with you guys. That's why my reactions are the way they are. They're raw. They're raw. I'm learning about it for the first time. All these other people, they screen shit. They got the spoilers. They know what's up. A Queen's University professor who studied extremism, there was always a kind of populist bent to some political what? Let me try this again. It's a moment of maturing of populist sentiment in Canada, said Amarnath Amarasingam. Good enough. A Queen's University professor who studied extremism. There was always a kind of populist bent to some politics in Canada, but it was always pretty small. That changed after COVID. Yeah, there you go. AA. That changed after the coup, because it really brought a lot of different groups that were anti-government and ideologically quite disparate in the same sandbox. Yeah, this is making a lot of people that are basically apolitical come to the same sandbox. Like, I bet you got all sorts of voices cropping up where you didn't expect them to.
Right. You're going to see some strange things that you never thought you'd see before actually starting to crop up and pop. Although people are just like, no, you don't know how we feel. Quit lying. Quit lying. Quit lying. They want this, what they're going after, and they're going to try their hardest to actually get there. They're going to continue to do what they're doing.
Oh, listen to this one. Kempa said that the United States is more experienced at dealing with radicalized political protest, more like funding radicalized political protest. Canada, for its own conceits, has let's get rid of that blue. It's distracting me a little bit. Has imagined that it's not our problem. He said, "I think we are realizing we have much more in common with our own American neighbors, or with our American neighbors." Yeah, Canada, you're basically tiny America. We've been saying this for years. Significant element. Okay. Slowly has warned that there may not be a policing solution to this demonstration, and that he and other commanders were looking at every single option, including military aid to civil power, to end it. End it. So he's already I mean, they've been looking into the military thing since like they first heard about this, and you know it. They're just really trying to get the okay from whoever they need the okay from, apparently. Trudeau said last week that sending in the army.
Civil powers can be like, local policing or whatever, is going to be involved is what's going to happen. They'll use military aid only after the police aid is no longer being, used, because once the police try pushing back and try telling people where they need to go, that's where it's going to pop off. That's where where somebody's going to do something stupid.
But they tried that already. They sent in the SWAT and the military last week. I think this is what it's talking about right here. Trudeau said that last week sending the military to end a protest was not in the cards. But that's okay. That's not what he's talking about. Then.
Right. So he didn't send the military. He just sent in the police.
No, he sent in the SWAT and the military down by the border to a little, what do you call it?
Just to stop the kind of thing. Stop the movement of.
I think it was to clear up the because they were blocking every single entrance and exit into Canada but one. So I think they were trying to move them out of there or something. But I mean, either way,
it's
kiss my ass. It's a protest.
It's a national emergency when you block everything like that or whatever, because it just makes it so that nobody can get around.
You're creating a national emergency when you're telling those same truckers that they can't cross that exact same road for their job.
Right, because of specific, rules that they want to impose on, everybody and say, no, you need to do this. And
well, these truckers are doing this because they don't want to lose their jobs. They don't want to have to quit because they're not getting this jab.
Right. I'm trying to tiptoe myself around the words of, what it actually is without actually, because it's.
Oh, I got you. You don't got to tiptoe on this camera, bro.
It's disgusting. It is, though. It's disgusting. We want your channel. We want your channel, so we're gonna talk nice as we possibly can, and still get the point across.
Clop off. Let's see. Where was I now? Not in the cards. You noted that most Canadians supported parties during the federal election of September. Back-to-back. His government said Monday that it was convening a trilateral table with provincial and local officials to respond to the protests, but officials gave no indication that they would back down from the vaccine mandate for cross-border truckers. We cannot allow an angry crowd to reverse a course that continues to save lives in this stretch. Really? Should we go back to what Bill Maher said? Should we? Where'd you get the memo? This doesn't work. It's hardly done a damn thing, in case you haven't paid attention. Marco Mendicino, Canada's public safety minister, said during a news conference that Mendicino. Ooh, I like that. Mendicino. Too bad he's probably an asshole. Let's see what he has to say. This should never be a precedent for how to make a policy in Canada. I mean, yeah, you're right. It should never have gotten to this point. You guys pushed it here. I'm going to whisper like Joe Biden so you get the point. You did this. You did this.
It's all on you. It is. It's all on you. It's all in these people, that these higher ups that are, pushing this disgusting use of.
Look at this next one. All right. Some protesters have flown Confederate flags or flags with swastikas on them. Bullshit. That's your glowies. Don't fuck around. Ottawa police and local residents say they've been intimidated, subjected to racial vital.
Because there's a couple people out in the world that still understand, that they have, and what? Who cares? Who cares what they use? look at you and your whatever that you use. Because I mean, I see,
Well, this is
there's
glowy shit.
there
It's the
has to
same
be
thing
some.
that
I
they
don't
did
know
with Jan
Canada.
6. This is the same thing to do with Jan 6. They just
Oh,
inserted them
right,
in
where
there with
it
their
just
glows,
inserted certain
with their
people to
Fed
actually do
boys.
some certain thing that way.
Yep.
Right. No, I get that.
Yep. A woman's
Gotta
shelter said some clients were checking themselves into hospitals because the incessant honking had re-traumatized them. No way. No
Sure.
way. Shut up. That's so stupid. Are you shitting on my soul right now?
Rip your
It
head
feels
off
like
and
we're
poop
being
down
held
your neck.
hostage, said Kibaj TV, who lives in Centretown, a diverse, bustling neighborhood just south of Parliament Hill. An Ontario court issued a 10-day injunction on Monday against horn. Oh, here we go. This is the thing. An Ontario court issued a 10-day injunction on Monday against the use of air horns, but it was unclear how it would be enforced. Yeah, that was purposeful. That was very purposeful, so that they can
Well, okay,
enforce it however they see fit.
living in the state of Minnesota, I know how when trucks come through town or whatever, and they hit their jake brake, their air brakes, whatever, that actually cuts the power to half the engine and slows the truck down as they're coming through certain areas. So they're whatever. Certain areas they're disallowed to actually use that, so they're told to make sure that they're going at the speed so that when they actually get to those spots where they can't use it, that they're not like coming over the bridge, pop 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 pop, throughout the whole valley. So I mean, there are noise ordinances, for the most part, and I mean, if you incessant, whatever on certain things, you know, there's a couple of ways to take care of that, as opposed to just go and say, okay, we're going to fine you for using your air horn now. Because I mean, it's their way of speaking. They're getting your attention. Are they not? Because obviously they are. Because if you have your attention, you wouldn't be doing this to them. So it's just ridiculously stupid. Move on.
All right. I wanna shill out my favorite big rig trucker right now, if that's cool. Before we move on with this article. That's my boy. Let's fucking go. Honk, honk, honk. Okay. Back to the article. Robots in disguise. Okay. Trudeau says using the military to end Ottawa protests not in the cards right now. Yeah, bullshit. You've already done tried done being to use it. Fucking asshole. The number of vehicles blockading the road and people participating in the protests has dropped off significantly since the first weekend. There appears to be no end in sight. Oh yeah, we're gonna keep coming at you. We're gonna keep coming at you like Cleopatra. Amid the frustration, the police have drawn criticism for not anticipating the disruption and preparing for it. There's no preparing for this. You knew it was coming and you still couldn't do shit. What are you going to do? Board up the buildings? They ain't coming for your buildings. They're coming for your ears. They're honking at you, sending messages through the airwaves. Honk, honk. Police officials in other cities are wary of following the path of Ottawa police took. Have managed to prevent protesters in their cities from prolonged blockades. Well, they're not coming for your cities; they're coming straight to Ottawa. Slowly has said that police fear the demonstrations could use their vehicles as weapons against them. No, wrong. Wrong, wrong. I did this earlier in the video today. Somebody is using their vehicles as weapons against the truckers. 4 people were struck by a vehicle. One guy was like really brutally injured, I think. And it was a two-wheel drive Jeep. And the guy was wearing a mask inside the Jeep. Salty did a video on it too. It's freaking great. Man, he can really pick apart people. It's so easy for him. Trying to get some of that salty Anna Johns to pass on to me. Let's see. Vehicles as weapons against them, and that protesters might be armed. Well, yeah, they're armed. They're truckers. What do you expect? They got sawed-offs and shit, probably. He told reporters Monday that the protest's core organizers told police that they would arrive on January 28th and leave on January 30th. That is what we planned for, he said. Well, clearly, they're leaving because you ain't getting the message, so they're going to keep on honking. Kempa said Ottawa police tried to respond with a strategy of containment. Having learned the lessons of the 2010 group of 50 summit in Toronto, or of 20 summit in Toronto, I'm not familiar, where an aggressive and widely criticized response to protests resulted in authorities paying out more than $13 million in a class action settlement. Holy shit, you fucked up there. I wanna know what that is. The group of 20 summit in Toronto. I'm gonna have to 20
Group of 20 summit in Toronto.
I'm just gonna leave that.
An aggressive and widely criticized response to protests resulted in authorities paying out more than $13 million in class action settlement.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like something big popped off there. The police are meant to contain mass protests and only intervene when there are flagrant and dangerous violations of the law involving violence, damage to property, or hate speech. Oh, so you can mobilize on hate speech? That's some shit. Ain't that some shit?
Huh. Go figure. Another more double standards.
All right. And more or less allowing this thing to peter out and with the passage of time, he said. That is not an approach that will work with this type of protest where the intention is to stay until specific political demands are met. Now there's a stalemate. Get wrecked, nerds. All right. I think I'm done with this article. Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, the Washington Post can be easy to piss you off.
Yeah, I don't like the framing at all, but this one's going to be much better. This one is great. We're probably gonna agree with this one.
Seriously, if you're one of those people that likes being miserable, I would suggest the Washington Post.
I would suggest agreeing with the Washington Post and CNN and the like. Yeah. All right, so we're over on Mashable here, and they're saying Americans get jealous. Americans get jealous. Meta threatens to shut down Facebook and Instagram in Europe. Subline is, okay, do the U.S. now.
Yeah, just go away. Anybody that has shut down their Facebook accounts by now, you're doing it wrong. You're not paying attention. You're not paying attention whatsoever. Get off your TikTok.
No, stay on the TikTok. Infiltrate.
Well, apparently
we're gonna take that bitch over.
Apparently, the TikTok's going to be the thing of the, of everybody. Nobody just
We'll see.
realizes until it's too late.
So Mashable says, man, do Europeans have it good. Buried in Meta's dense annual report for the Securities and Exchange Commission, filed Thursday, is a surprisingly stark sentence laying out a scenario in which the company, formerly known as Facebook, might have to entirely stop operating Instagram and Facebook in Europe. Yep, no Instagram, no Facebook for all Europeans, to which we as Americans can only say, lucky!
Lucky! Yeah, like I said to anybody that still has a Facebook or an Instagram, you should shut that off now.
Yeah, they know when you're pooping, dude. Seriously, it's not all right.
They only know that because most people actually bring their phone with them when they go to the bathroom, and so they're like, oh, it seems like their phone sits like this for a few minutes, turned on, for however long it takes you to actually do your thing while you're on your phone. I've seen people sit on, heard of people sitting on toilets for long periods of time because they have their phone in their hand and they're too lazy to stop doing that and just wipe their ass. And it's just disgusting. People need to stop bringing their
It's
phones
pretty
with them to the
unsanitary.
bathroom.
At issue are European
close
data
the lid
regulations.
on the toilet when you flush it. Before you flush it, you close the lid.
Yeah, see, that's why you're getting
There's
all
a few
sorts of
reasons.
shit coming out onto your toilet paper.
There's a few reasons. The stuff that sprays the toilet, about 15 feet worth of spray back. Oh,
Holy shit.
close your toilet, especially if you got your toothbrush in and out.
Ooh, that would
Disgusting.
really suck. Get a
Think
little
about
bit
it.
of fecal matter on your toothbrush.
Right, what else you got laying around in that room? Room where you go and you
Rub shit on your hair.
to get ready for work for the next day. You go in there, you take a shower, you get yourself all cleaned up, and you got your necessities and all this other whatever stuff. Think about all of that stuff that you got sitting on your counter because you're too lazy to put it in the drawer. And it's all sitting around waiting to collect spray from your toilet because you forgot to close the lid after you're done going. Ew. It's all over your phone.
Rant over.
All over your phone. Think about it.
All right, so right here, back to the Mashable article now. Mashable goes on to say that at issue are European data regulations that prevent Meta from ingesting Europeans' data on American servers. Basically, Meta says the ability to produce or to process user data between countries is crucial for its business both operationally and for ad targeting. European laws meant to protect user privacy by keeping users' data within the EU jurisdiction have invalidated previous systems. So, because the EU and the US have been unable to search new data sharing agreements, Meta said it might have to walk away from the continent with Facebook and Instagram. Good. Yeah, lucky Europeans. Really freaking lucky. And, that's good on them. Good on them not sharing that data with,
I already
Facebook
said
and
it.
Instagram.
Just get off of it anyway. It's all worthless.
The article goes on to say,
I'll go on there for you. I'll get out the bits and pieces that you need. You come watch me. We'll tell you about it all.
If we are unable to transfer data between and among countries and regions in which we operate, or if we are restricted from sharing data among our products and services, it could affect our ability to provide our services. The manner in which we provide our services or our ability to target ads. The statement reads, then Meta clarifies that it thinks it will be able to reach new agreements in 2022, but if it does not, we will likely be unable to offer a number of our most significant products and services, including Facebook and Instagram in Europe. The London financial newspaper City AM reached out to Meta to see if they were reading that right. Meta responded with a statement from the company's illustrious VP of Global Affairs, Nick Clegg, who attempted to connect the plight of a billion-dollar international conglomerate Meta with struggles that small businesses could face. We urge regulators to adopt the prominent and pragmatic approach to minimize disruption to the many thousands of businesses who, like Facebook, have been relying on these mechanisms in good faith to transfer data in a safe and secure way. Yeah, this isn't safe and secure at all. These guys are selling information on the cheap to whoever will buy it.
Right.
So yeah, that's basically all I had from that article. Very interesting. I love Mashable's phrasing with this one. It makes me smile. Okay, do the U.S. now. Yeah, you gotta love that.
Absolutely. Just do yourselves the favor. Instagram, Meta, Facebook. What else was it? Oculus. There's a couple other things that they're like so deeply invested in. You stop use on all the products that they use, not just the one. Not one because you're like, oh, this one is okay. No, it's not okay. None of them are okay. Stop it. I don't use them. I don't need them. Mark Zuckerberg or anybody, whoever's running that place right now, you ain't getting nothing from me.
So I have a little footage from the base camp in Ottawa. This is live at the police. Just wanted to skip through this and see if there's anything interesting.
I'm hearing, arrests, everybody being, that's why I was wondering.
No one's being blasted out here with tear gas or...
Yeah, well, that's why I came to check out. It's always good to know the truth. Yes. And then we understand. So the fuel's being...
You're filming it right now, right?
What's that?
I mean, you're filming it.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was other operations or if there's a, fire station right across.
Interesting stuff. I wonder if that's the tanker that they're seizing. This may just be the baseball field that they were talking about, or the baseball stadium. The parking lot,
Right. Right.
Oh, Jesus. What do you need that for, bud?
Oh, your living room. You need to be protected. God, open your eyes, sir. Look at me. Look at me. You can look at me. Stand up for your freedom, sir.
French Canadian there going off on the officers. Look at me. You cannot stand up for your freedom, sir. Don't quoi?
Stand up for your freedom, sir. Stand up for your freedom. Stand on the right side of history. Officers, stand on the right side of history.
Stand on the right side of history. Same rhetoric that the left throws around. Jesus Christ, we come for a circle. Full circle there, Frogman.
Right.
Oh.
Starving the constitutionally legal protesters in town that are standing up for our God-given freedom. This city, this mayor is ordering these police here to want to starve. They want to starve this constitutional protest, this convoy, this peaceful protest convoy that there has not been a single arrest in a week. This is what is coming to folks when we don't stand up for.
So they're starving them out, like the article said before.
When you seriously don't stand up for your freedoms, you don't have you seriously don't. You need to actually stand up for yourself and actually think for yourself. and want to do
Well,
better.
most people got 2 good legs. They really ought to get up and use them.
For our freedom. Here we are tonight. Here we are tonight. This is what we're talking
You
about.
don't
This is what
need
we're
2
talking
legs.
about. This is actually happening in Canada as we speak. Right now. This is happening in Canada. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Look, we've got officers all over. You know what? This is no crime scene. This is no crime scene. This is where the food is. This is where the fuel is being supplied. This is where people are helping one another. And they are ordered by the city, by the police chief, starve this convoy. Folks, we are in Canada. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Stand up, or what else would it take for us to wake up? Recognize what is going on. God help us. God help us. Let's pray. Father, I ask that you would help us in a special way. Father, you see where our country is. You see, Lord, these offices here. Father, we feel no hatred in our heart towards them at all. They don't recognize. Father, they don't realize what they are doing. Father, it is for their very children that we're standing up here for our God-given freedom. Father, we are standing with truth, for truth, with truth. Lord, we ask that you would help in a very special way. Please, dear God, answer prayer tonight, we pray. In Jesus' holy name, amen.
Amen. I wasn't about to interrupt his prayer, bro. That's not me. I'm not the one. I'm actually going to sub to this guy. He does great content, gets good coverage. I don't know if he's just restreaming these things or what he's doing.
Who's this guy?
Yeah, great coverage. I like
Who's this guy?
This is Marcel Ernie. Marcel Ernie.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't know what else he does
Marcel,
on his channel,
Ernie.
but I mean, I love this coverage.
Catch a
Yeah,
couple.
good for you, man.
Yeah,
You're getting good
right.
views too. We'll see you soon.
And not these lies. Please, Lord, help them, oh God. Father, remind them of their little ones. Remind them of their little ones. Father, please, help us in a special way, dear God. Father, help us, we pray. Help our country, Lord. Bring us back on the foundation. Please, Lord, bring us back on the foundation. Lord, take us away from these lies. Help us, dear God, to get back on justice, truth, and love. Father, you see this community downtown. Father, you see 1 week of no arrests, nothing. A peaceful, constitutional protest. Father, please open the eyes of our officers. Help them, oh God, Father, to value their freedom more than their job. Please, dear God, in a very special way, help us here tonight, dear God. Help us, Lord, Father. We know our battle is not in vain. Do it, dear God, Lord. And Father, convict our officers. Let them know. Lord, open their hearts and their eyes to see what's really at stake, we pray, Father. In Jesus' holy name we pray. Amen.
Guy likes to pray. I better not skip around too much more. I might catch another one. Man, the spirit, you could just feel their energy. It's something special. One more thing I just wanted to briefly touch on is this Jeff Zuck situation, because I don't know if we covered it. I just want to talk about it. And then that'll basically be it for the show. It'll be prep time for your show, Frogman.
Yeah, I'm working on it. It should be an interesting show. I'm hoping it's going to work out.
All right. So over on CNN Business, straight from monkey's mouth, we got CNN President Jeff Zucker resigns over consensual relationship with key lieutenant. See, doesn't matter if it's consensual. I already have a problem with this framing. It doesn't matter if it's consensual or not, because this whole thing is he is her boss. He is her boss, and that is just nasty and sick and totally a manipulatable situation, and it's not allowed. We don't allow it, specifically for Weinstein-looking motherfuckers like this. Like, I guarantee he has some kind of casting couch where he lets you rise up in the ranks if you're willing to do enough. CNN worldwide president Jeff Zucker, the influential news executive who reshaped the iconic network, announced Wednesday morning that he has resigned from his position effective immediately. Zucker's stunning announcement came less than 2 months after he fired primetime anchor Chris Cuomo for improperly advising his brother. No, he fired... Gosh. Oh, I'm not getting into that one. I'm just not getting into the Cuomos. Oh my gosh, this is just all Cuomo shit, huh? No? Okay. As part of the investigation in the Cuomo's tenure, god damn it, there's more Cuomo shit. I was asked about a consensual relationship with my closest colleague, someone I worked with for more than 20 years, Zucker told employees in a memo.
You know, Cuomo kind of sounds similarly to, you know, what you'd call a child molester.
Well, more than that, he was killing elderly people inside nursing homes, but putting COVID patients in there. So, like, that's my biggest gripe with him. He's killing elderly people in nursing homes.
Right, right.
But all that shit that came out after was to distract from that.
There's a lot of people that should be sitting in prison right now that aren't.
No doubt. Well, that's just the moral side of things again, right? Like, I want to know the in practice side of things, what's going on, rather than what should be going on. And these people always frame it as what should be going on. As a part of the... Oh, damn it. I read that part. Okay. Closest colleague in a memo. I acknowledge the relationship event in recent years. I was required to disclose it when it began, but I didn't. Oh, I'm shocked. I was wrong. As a result, I am resigning today. Yeah, you didn't because you were getting some nice pussy. Rich and powerful man. Where are you now, bitch? Where are you now? Follow the rules. I bet he was into some kid fucker shit too. Just like that other guy. What's his name?
Sure, yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Zucker did not name his colleague, but the relationship is with Allison Gollust, his key lieutenant for the last 2 decades. Gollust is remaining at CNN. Oh, she shouldn't be there either, because I guarantee that she's only there because of him. Zucker and Gollust began working together at NBC in 1998. They rose through the ranks at the network together. Oh, really? That's interesting. And when Zucker joined CNN, Gollust was amongst his first hires. Oh, she was only there. Okay, I was right. Just before coming to CNN, Gollust had worked briefly as a communications director for Andrew Cuomo. Oh, shit. She is currently executive vice president and chief marketing officer at CNN. In a statement of... Oh, well, she's doing a shit job, ain't she? In a statement of her own, Gollust said, "Jeff and I have been close friends and professional partners for over 20 years. Recently, our relationship changed during COVID. I regret that we didn't disclose it at the right time." Bullshit, you get fucking for years, guaranteed. I'm incredibly proud of my my time at CNN and look forward to continuing the great work we do every day.
Been sliding for a long time.
She been sucking the duckle on Jeff Zucker. Getting the zuck, the good zuck.
Just a tip. Just a tip. What are you going
for you?
Well, folks,
nope,
I'm
nothing more.
The illustrious Koolfrogg. You can catch me midnight most nights. There's nights that I have to work. I haven't quite figured out how to actually use the messaging tool on YouTube and actually message all my subscribers so they all know when I'm going to be, not going to be. I don't know. One of these days, maybe I'll figure it out. But, you know, there's a Linktree/Koolfrogg. You go find me. Find me a coffee doc. You know, help me out any way you want. Jimmy, he's a pretty cool guy. He's, you know, he'll figure it out. We'll get there together.
Aw. All right, I am, of course, your illustrious host, Jimmy YouTube. You can follow me here on YouTube at Jimmy YouTube, or you can follow me on Rumble, Odyssey, and TikTok, actually, at the Atlas Pass. So please go and give me a sub over there. I do some interesting artwork, actually, over on TikTok, and some anime clips that I've kind of zoomed on in together. And we will close with this clip. And Frogman, did you properly shill yourself?
Yeah, I got that.
Beautiful.
If you got it, a truck brought it to you. If you got your food, your clothing, your medicine, if you got fuel for your homes, fuel for your industries, a truck brought it to you. The day our trucks stop, America stops. If you got it,